Welcome to your favorite channel, Ivan Mesa. This is your number one platform how to learn how to become a pro web developer from a beginner to a success. Remember, today we are doing another 3D module. So we'll be building this amazing 3D cube using using Three.js inside React project. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe and like my videos, and you're going to enjoy this video. Okay, so this is the installation that I've done for our Vite app. So make sure that you get your Vite installed and run npm run dev. Once you run npm, you have an application that looks like this. So so what we're going to do, firstly, we're going to make some amendments to our basic. What we're going to do is that I'm going to delete these CSS files. We don't need them. We are going to be using our own styling. Then also delete this one, we don't need it. Then let's come inside our index file. I don't want these three. Then let's come here and delete these ones as well. Then let's delete this coding from this line. Then we now need to just put a bit of styling. Okay, inside I'm going to create a div which I shall call with the text 0. So now let's come inside our browser and check where we are. They can see we have got the 0. So by default it says the center. Means that we have got some styling that is going on. Let me eliminate this styling that we have got. So there are so many ways to style in React. You can use styled components or plain CSS or a tailwind, but today we are going to be using styled components. So make sure that you have installed styled code components. I've already done that, and they can see using the file node modules. I've used npm install styled components. You can just do it on the terminal section. Yes, you can do it on the terminal section. If you look at my progress, you have already done that. So just to make sure that you've got installed styled components. So now inside I'm going to be styling our components. It's very simple to style components. First of all, I need to import styled components. We have installed our styled components. Now how to style it? As you can see, I've styled const container equals to styled.div with the backslashes. That is, we are going to enter our plain CSS inside. So now it's important that we need this one to be container. Then also the closing one should be a container. Now we are going to set our height. The file index CSS and just leave it blank. Then let's come inside our and take a look. They can see the progress that we have made so far. Okay, so this progress that we have made. Now let's come inside our index file. Let's come inside our source. I'm going to create a new folder which I shall call components. Then inside this components folder we are going to create a file that we shall call hero.jsx. Now inside this hero.jsx file I'm going to create a function RAFC. This is the shortcut for creating a function. So what we're going to do, we're going to import this hero component here. So we have successfully imported. Let me come and check inside my browser. They can see the text 0 has appeared. So we're going to just copy this styling. Okay, let's start off by taking our imported stuff to a hero. Then let's come in and take this one, copy it and bring it inside. So we're going to convert this one from from a div to a section. Yeah, so we need this one to be, it's no longer a container but now a section. So you see, I familiarized with everything so that it takes. So here in the hero section, that is where we are going to be styling and doing all the work for placing our 3D model. So now I have to, I'm going to say inside, I'm going to create a container. Then inside the container, I'm going to create a left div, then a right div. Then inside the right div, I'm going to say create some spacing. Then I'll add a title. Then the text inside the title will be think outside the box square. Then what we do, I'm going to add a line source, then a subtitle of who we are, then a paragraph with the design, a creative group of designers. This is just a paragraph that I'm going to add. So now I'm adding lastly a button. See our works. So now we need to go for our style to style the components. Okay, I've removed the background color of Rebecca paper. Is that this is just a replica. So I'm going to start off by styling our div section, which is a div. Then I'm going to say scroll align center, display flex, justify content center. Then afterwards, I'm going to style a container, which I shall name it a div. This is the container that we are referring to. So now come inside here and just put a height of 100, script scroll snap align to the center, width of 1400 pixels. Then after styling that, I'm going to say display flex, justify content space between. Then you're going to style this left div, this left, which shall contain the image. I've called it the left and it's a div. Then inside there, I'm going to say flexi 1. Then let's say the media query to display none for small screens. Then after that one, I'm going to style a title, which is an H1 text. If you come here, you can see that I've got this title, which these are H1 tags. So we're going to treat them as H1 tag. Let's put font size of 74 pixels. Then on media screen, small screens, we set a font size of 60 pixels. Then we are going to start the right div, which is the right div that contains the information. Then I'm going to set a flexi 1, display flexi. Then justify flexi direction column, justify content center, gap 20 pixels. Then let's set a media crease for small screens, align items to center, text align center. Then we're done with that one. We are going to do a what we do div. This is a what we do. You can come and take a look. This is a div. This is a div. So we are going to give this div a display flex, align item center, and a gap of 10 pixels. Then you are going to have a line, constant line, which is an image. This one, I'm going to be importing an image called line PNG. Then height, we're going to give it 5 pixels. Then let's have a subtitle of H2, which are going to say color. Then also we're going to the last one, which I call descent. This one is a paragraph. This one paragraph text. So this text is wrapped up inside p text. So I'm going to give it a font size of 24 pixels, color light gray. Then let's go for the button, which is below this one. So let's come here and style it and give it a background color in the color of white. Then font size, font weight 500, width 120 pixels. Then padding 10 pixels, border none, and border radius 5 pixels. Then cursor pointer. There you can see we have got it, everything there. So now I want to make my image visible. So to do that, come inside your browser, inside your assets folder. That is where you are going to paste in our image. Let's copy this folder to image to this here. See, I've got this folder called line. So if I check my image is correctly copied, I must come inside my browser and just check again. Yeah, there you can see we get now this line. So now it's time to put our image by this side, or 3D image by this side. Before I do that, I also want to change my design so that it's background image so that it looks okay. So I'm going to come inside our app.js. and then here that's where we are going to change this one. My image to .img/bg.jpg. Let me come and take a look. They can see it now looks okay, but the text is not visible. This one, think outside the scope. We're going to change the color to white. Come inside our hero, think outside the title, just come straight. This is easy. Font size, color, let's set it to #F. This is white. Come inside your browser, they can see. So we now need to paste our image here. So to do that, I'm going to come inside my app.js folder. Let's first of all, let's create another component called test. It's a JSX. Then inside the JSX file, we're going to have a function this is the function that we have. Now I'm going to import it right here at the top. Test, let me call it test. Yes, we have imported online for test. So now let's come inside our test file. Let me put it here so that I know what I'm doing. Test file, I'm going to import some dependencies. So I need to come here and kill off this terminal. And kill this terminal. And let's say new terminal. Say cd yt, since this is a working directory. Then we're going to npm install 3 then install at react 3 fiber, then react 3 dry. These are the dependencies that we shall be using for 3D model type install. You've seen that I've added 3 and 3 fiber and 3 dry. So now we are going to go inside our test file and install these dependencies. So I've added import style from style components, and I've also added a canvas from 3 fiber. So I'm going to convert this one to container. Then also, so I'm going to have to put in a closing one for our container. Closing D for our container. So now I'm going to style this container. Set a container to height of 100% and width of 100%. Inside our file, we're going to create a canvas. Then we don't need to import that one. Then we're going to have a mesh. Then so for our design, we're going to use box geometry. The box geometry. So inside, we're going to add some arcs. We are going to add in some values. To say 5 along the x-axis, 5 along the y-axis, and along the z-axis 5 again. So if I tap through, you see that I can't see, so I need to screw styled components. Okay, let me reduce these ones to 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Then I now need to repeat inside orbit controls. Okay, I've added a snap script scroll align. Then let's add another script scroll align to the center here on line 10. Then we add another script scroll align to the center. Then let's come, remember we killed our terminal, so let's come inside our terminal. When we run npm run dev, so I just need to kill this and I'll restart new terminal. cd yt, then npm run dev. I'm going to add below an orbit control. I enable false, that will not enable us to zoom the image, and also auto rotate, that will enable just to rotate the image. So now let's come inside our projects and check. You can see that I've imported a test div there. So now I'm going to come inside my browser. So you can see what happened. Like I replaced the div with the container. You can see with the height 100%, width 100%, then scroll align item to the center. So if I come inside my browser, you can see we have created this space. So now I'm going to add a canvas. So come inside my browser and we take a look. So we add the mesh. Three.js, you can see that we're going to be using a box tree. There's also a circle geometry, but on our design we're going to use a box geometry. So we need the box geometry. I've added the box geometry 5 along the axis 5, 5. So if I come inside my browser, you can see the image that we want is taking shape there. Okay, you can see that I've added the box geometry 5, 5, 5, 5 along the axis is 5 along the y, 5 along the z axis. They can see the box geometry is taking shape there. Is the size 1, 1. Come and check. They can see the size has been reduced, but yeah, the size has been reduced. So you can see that it's 2D, it's not 3D, so I need to make it 3D. So I'm going to go inside the canvas and I'll add orbit controls. Okay, if I say orbit controls zoom, then I come back and I view, okay, it disappears, but that is not an issue, it will be resolved. Okay, there is this mesh standard material which has got everything to do with the colors. So we want to have this color. So inside our mesh standard material, we're going to change the color of the cube. This mesh standard material parameters and objects in the code. We come here and we place it there. This is the one that we copy, so we just want to place it inside the brackets. So I'm going to say mesh and small letter m, small letter m. Then let's come here and we change the color. Color to red. Then let's close it. some changes. Also remove these brackets and the last bracket and set equals to, see. So now let's come inside our browser. Black, you can see it looks black. That means that we need to make sure that our light is visible. You can see that from the design it's black in color, so we want to make it more visible. So come here and say ambient light intensity 1. Let's come and check inside our browser. There you can see it's now visible. The color is changed. From the direction I can't see the edges, so I'm going to say, come inside my browser, I'm going to add bidirectional light with the values 1, 2, 3, 1 along the X, Y, and Z axis. Come inside our, there you can see it's now better. Set the text inside this cube. So I'm going to come inside my browser. This is our browser. We're going to first of all delete this color code, and we put another closing tag for our mesh standard. Then we render our texture. We type in render texture. So I've set the render texture, and then I set the color to attach background, and then the arguments of the color will be pink. So I've added another text which shall be a font size of 3 and the color of white. I've got my the cube is there. So now I'm going to do is that we are going to make sure that we enlarge in it. So to do that, we're going to come inside our browser, and let's have this vector by 3. Then let's also have this vector by 3, then also by 3. Let's come inside, and they can see, yeah, they can see we have enlarged our design. Into my design I've got this one. Now I want to import it right to go into our hero section. So let's come inside our coding. You can see that we are going to collect this one. I'm going to say import this canvas. Just copy it, and you come inside your hero tab, your hero component here on here where it is said left, then you place it there. Then also come inside our test, and let's take a look at, we are going to import start components, canvas. We are going to put canvas. Come in and get your canvas, and then you place it there. Now let's take a look at the progress, but I want it to rotate and to be able to match up. You can see this background color is red, so I'm going to come inside our design and let's set it to pink. And also let's reduce its size to 2. Now, yeah, it looks much better. So now I want it to be able to rotate it and see it in 3D. I'm inside my design. I'm going to import orbit controls first, right at the top there. Orbit controls. Now I come into my solution. You can see it, we have imported it right at the top. So now if you come inside your solution and you come inside there, that's where you are going to add our orbit controls. Enable zoom so that it is set to false, because remember, if it's not enabled, let's say if it's enabled to true, you can, okay, if I set it to true, for example, you can see, but I don't want to be able to say when I'm zooming. There you can see. Yes, you can see we can rotate it. So we don't want it to be able to zoom, so I'm going to leave it as it is. So now we are going to come inside our browser and let's set it to false, and then we set it to auto rotate. As you can see, it's rotating itself. It's rotating itself with 3D. You can see that I beautified everything. Now I'm going to do the simple thing. I want to add the nav bar right at the top there. So you come in your solution and you say, you create a new component. New file, let's call it nav bar.jsx. This is going to be just the simple part, the last part. Then let's create a function. Okay, let's import navbar right at the top. Let's save our navbar. There we have imported the navbar at the top, so we are going to go inside the navbar. We're just going to save time. This is not the toughest solution. I'm going to change the content here. So for the navbar, I'm going to create a section and I'm going to wrap everything inside the content with the links style. Then I'm going to create a logo and a list item of home, studio, works and contacts. Then I'm also going to have another section, another div for icon and the button here. So now let me come and style these ones using style div. What I'm going to do, I'm going to import start component from start components that we've already. So then I'm going to say const section div. Then for the const section div, I'm going to display flex, just for content center, color white, font size 1.5 rems. Then let's have a const container style div. Let's inside this div, we're going to set it's width of 1000, display flex, justify content space between align item center, padding 10 and 0, media only screen with 100% padding 10 pixels. Then let's have const links for this div. Yeah, this one, that's one that we are styling. I'm going to set display flex, align item center, then cap 50 pixels. Then const logo h1 text is one that we are talking about. This one I was styling, we are styling it to to height of 50 pixels, and after styling this one, let's style the list UL. This one, this is the div that we are declaring it as a UL, and on the listings, then let's display flex gap 20, let's style none. Then let's set the media query to display none for small screens. Then list item, this is a listing, list item, this one that we are styling now. Let's cursor pointer, then let's style the icons div. This one is a div. We are going to say display flex align item send and gap of 20 pixels. Then let's style const button style dot div button. This one is a button. So this one is one that you are going to say width 100 pixels, padding 10 pixels, background color, and the color of text white, border none, border radius 5 pixels, and cursor pointer. So if I come inside, there you can see the text is now there. They can see with our 3D model. So now I need to just to remove this one that we declared test. Let's come inside our browser and come on our app.js file. We can just remove it, and we come and check. Oh, they can see we've got our 3D model. They can see lovely, we've got our 3D model. But you can see that the CRX pattern is out of the board, so I need to put in some coding to make sure that it is positioned right at the position. The CRX button is now outside the wheel, so we're going to come inside our design, and you see we set scroll snap type y mandatory, scroll behavior smooth overflow along the y axis, auto scroll with none, then color the text white, and then a background image. So if I come back inside my design, they can see lovely. We can now see that our button is now inside. The scroll snap type y mandatory. Delete it, then come back inside your document, and you can now see that we have got it. There you can see. So that was it for the tutorial.